Week 2. Let's get it. Last week we went through all of the hiragana sounds and we learned how to read, which was super feels good, man. But now it's week 2. Even though we had a little bit of a blip last week, the goal for this week, for me at least, is to have no 0 days. We're gonna make sure that we hit every single day, every single one, even if it's just to maintain our streak. We're gonna log in every day, we're gonna do our reviews, and we're gonna come out of it. Sound good? Good. Now, if you can hear that, it's because there's a building being torn down next to my house. And you know what? Consider it an added challenge. Day 1 proved to be a little overwhelming. The initial reviews went swimmingly, and learning the first 2 sets of katakana went alright. But the Unit 11 lesson on how to order multiples of things introduced some longer sentences that proved to be rather tricky and hard to wrap my head around. Numbers work quite differently in Japanese than they do in English. One difference in that is that in Japan there are multiple readings of, i.e. pronunciations for many numbers.
これ一つください。
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 これ一つください。これ一つください。Oh my lord.
これ一つください。
It seemed like no amount of extra practice was going to make it any easier for me to get right. But I know that was mostly down to inexperience and having seen it for the first time. それ一つください。二つください。あれ三つください。あれ三つください。Okay, today's the first day I felt genuinely challenged. That was a lot to take in, but I'm really impressed with the fact that this program has allowed me to, it's made it so easy for me to get to this stage already. It's day 5. My pronunciation, I'm sure could be better, but I don't feel like it's completely whack because of the native audio. It's interesting. Okay. Today, we're not actually going to be doing a lot. We're just going to be making sure we maintain our study streak. Again, remember, no 0 days. And that involves even just finding the smallest amount of time, getting the reviews done, keeping the study streak going, and hopefully not ruining our progress. We keep the words fresh in our brain, we come back tomorrow, find some more time, and progress on with the units. The reviews did trip me up a little. I struggled to recall the material I had just learned the day before, as the appearance of the katakana definitely tested my comprehension, and I hadn't yet seen them enough to commit to memory. Certain kanji characters also tripped me up, but the material from last week was starting to become second nature. I struggled with it before, but this time around I had much fewer issues. That took less than 5 minutes. That's how easy it is to maintain your streak, and as long as the streak gets maintained, you're good. Like, yeah, okay, you're gonna have busy days. I had a very busy day today. Right now it's midnight. I am tired, I'm exhausted, I need sleep, but you know what? Find 5 minutes, get the reviews done, it's not that hard. We move on tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. About that. Oh, how are the turntables? Today is the final day of the week for me to study. This will be the last day I film for week 2's vlog before I have to edit it for the rest of the week. If you're wondering why we've jumped ahead from like day 2 of week 2 to like the day 7 of week 2, it's because, well, I did not get the time to study this week. Let me explain. The last day I studied was on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 4 days of reviews. I reviewed all of day 1's material and the previous week's material incessantly. I was getting better at my pronunciation. Sore hitotsu kudasai. Are mitsu kudasai. Nihongo wakarimasen. I'm getting better at that sort of stuff now, and I think my pronunciation is really good as a result of having done all the reviews. But then came yesterday. Yesterday I uploaded last week's vlog. There was a few changes that needed to be made. I actually ended my workday at 11 p.m. Freak day, not my norm by any means. I said to myself, we're gonna make dinner, we're gonna clean the kitchen, we can get straight back to it. And of course, when you have a dinner very late at night, what happens? You get tired and you want to go to bed. And that's exactly what I did. I went to bed. And then I woke up the next day, I was like, and then I logged in, and yeah, the streak with the lamp had now turned into a matchstick. Reviews, I feel, definitely strengthened my Japanese. Like I said, I think my pronunciation has, if anything, improved over the material that we did go through so far. And I actually talked to a friend of mine who also has been studying Japanese, and he helped me with fu. It's less confused. In any case, this whole week, because I was doing reviews, I had Japanese in my head every day. Every day I thought to myself, I want to learn Japanese, I really want to learn Japanese, I want to do more. And that was an exciting development from last week. Right now I feel like life got in the way, life gets in the way, so what? But I showed up every day. I showed up every day and did my reviews. And today, to make up for it, I'm going to do 2 sessions, as long as my brain doesn't melt. We'll do as much as we can. Okay? Okay. Let's go back over there. Okay, in my defense, it was getting dark when I shot the last bit, okay? The double session began well enough. Unit 12 was a lesson on how to order a drink, and for the first time we were starting to properly chain words and phrases together that felt like something straight out of Japan. It was very tricky and required a lot of practice.
これ一つとこれ二つください。
これ一つとこれ二つください。
これ一つとこれ一つとこれ一つとこれ二つください. So like literally like pointing it out on a menu. It's like これ一つとこれ二つと no これ二つください. So it's like oh my god, it's like a tongue twister. Studying today felt very different. I was starting to enter unfamiliar territory, not just because of the vocab and the phrasing being shown to me, but also in terms of language learning. I've never experienced a language education program that quite literally throws its students into the real world this intensely, this quickly.
これ一つください。あとこれ二つください。
As such, there are things I missed, and some things that just didn't connect well for me the first time around. But there was a conveniently timed pop-up written by Nico to help settle the nerves. If you didn't quite get the concept, you're probably not ready to learn, with more exposure to the language, it would probably make sense. Can confirm, whenever you're learning anything, when you're trying to master something in particular, it's something that, like, as you progress through things and you become better at them, you do naturally get exposed to sort of the higher tiers of whatever it is you're doing. For me, I love playing video games, and I want to get better at a video game. I learn things from other people that blow my mind at the time. I have no context on how to understand this or to use it and apply it for my situation. But as I play the game more, and I just like try and push the limit of what I'm currently capable of, in a week's time, I revisit that concept and suddenly that concept makes a lot of sense because suddenly I have more experience and more context to start understanding this lesson better. And this can be applied to pretty much anything that you want to get better at, especially crafts in particular. But in lessons, yeah, big time. Keep moving. Moving forward, I learned some more katakana sets, as well as the lessons for do you have something and how to say that's all for now. The lessons themselves were written well, and I understood the material just fine, but reproducing it and getting my mouth around the words was just an entirely different story yet again. By the end of the unit, I had to call it for the night. We got through Unit 12, Unit 13, Unit 14. I want to do 15, but I think I need to just call it there because my mind is absolutely mush right now. It is not. Oh, I'm gonna go to bed and wake up in a cold sweat after having a nightmare. And I was just trying to say oolong chai hitotsu to oolong chai hitotsu to nama hitotsu kudasai. とりあえずそれでいいです。ですよ。ですよ。Let's breathe. Bloody hell. So week 2 summary. Katakana is hard, and the studies just got more complicated. Hoping week 3 is a bit more consistent.